Hey guys, welcome to part 5 of Let's Play Daxter on the PSP. In the last episode we went to the brewery, and even though we helped them out, apparently we're an alcoholic, but that's all fine now and all dandy. So now we have to go to this electrical place because the barmaid was all like, some guy needed a drink, and he was an electrician, so you should go over there. And apparently that's what we're doing. Probably didn't need to take the scooter, but yeah, it was literally just across the street. This isn't that big of an open world, so anywhere you need to go is going to be pretty close, which is good, because I don't want to spend any more time than I have to on that scooter, because it sounds horrendous, which is quite nice. So we don't get any sort of cutscene, or any sort of mission briefing, or anything like that. It really is, she saw someone that was a bit stressed out, so now here we are, in the underground doing a level. Like that's it. Like that's what it is. Osmos doesn't show up, no sort of mission, so here we are. So this is actually like technically the hub of the area, but there's nothing here, I don't think. And this is what's kind of interesting. You walk up to this and be like, oh, I'm an Ot, so I can just crawl underneath here, not a problem. Or you can just jump through the gap. It's like one of those sort of situations where you don't think of the obvious solution of just jumping through the gap, because the game has like taught you that as an Ottsel you need to climb in small spaces. Like that's what the game has like programmed you to do instinctively. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if they actually meant for that to be the case, but it's nice that it gives you a bit of choice, I suppose. So in this level we got these enemies now. I don't know what they're called. I didn't look it up! I didn't look up the names! Shoot! They probably don't have names. I'm gonna call them Slider Scorps. Actually, I'm gonna work on that name before really, committing myself to it. But yeah, so we got those enemies, and we'll be seeing them quite a lot later in the level as well. And these are the bins. So basically in every level there's always something you can destroy that has stuff hidden in it. In this part it's the bins. So you just gotta make sure you smash everyone, you see. Most of the time it's health, but I have found some with precursor orbs in, so just if you ever see these, just smash them. Just do. I mean, you should be doing that anyway. In Daxter, all you gotta do is just kind of smash stuff. And I'm tempted to go down and have a look down there. Oh god, nope, nope, okay, well. Don't. That's my advice. Curiosity killed the Ottsel and all that, that famous saying that everyone says. Right, gotta kill these guys again, shouldn't take too long. There we go, and they really go splat, those bugs. It's quite horrific that they just explode into purple. A bit horrible, really. So this level is called Transit System, and this is apparently the transit system for Haven City, which is something I don't think you ever see in Jak 2. So, like on the back of Daxter, on the box, like the physical box itself, it says, fill in plot holes and explore parts of Haven City never seen before. And you kind of think, yeah, well, probably not really worth seeing. But this is pretty cool in terms of showing something that just wasn't in Jak 2. Having a whole level based here is quite nice. I mean, for some reason there's no people. Like there's just nobody here. It's just you. But the trains are still running. So I don't know what that kind of says about the future or this city or anything. Because the trains are still running. And I don't really see many doors on them either. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, so in this level we have quite a bit of stuff involving trains. Oh god. That's not what we want to do. And this is the nice simple version. All you gotta do is get across the gap and not get hit by a train. Very simple, not too difficult to do at all. In case you're wondering why I died there, it's because when you're on those railings, when you jump, it does like an automatic wall jump thing. Which is really handy, because it means that in any situation where the game is like, oh, you gotta jump over to the next one, it's not difficult to do. All you have to do is press X and Dax will automatically do it. But I guess I just pressed it at the wrong time and Daxter decided to go flying off. Right, so yeah, we got these two precursor orbs here. Well, if I actually got there. Standing on this pipe can be a bit tricky though. It's like, as you can see, I'm just floating at the moment. The physics aren't quite right with that one. But I think that is what you're supposed to do But don't be surprised if you keep jumping on that pipe and then you just keep slipping and sliding and it's a complete mess and you're very embarrassed. See, I don't know where all the precursor orbs are hidden in this level because we got 60 of them to find, which is, you know, a bit much. It's one too many to find. Which, when I first played this level, you would think if there's a ton of precursor orbs, that would mean a ton of platforming, but it's because of these sections. So we've got a couple of these to do in this level where we're just on top of the train, and all you got to do is kind of avoid stuff like left to right and right again. Although I kind of like these sections though. I think they're pretty cool. And then we got to jump. I think. Oh yeah, we got to jump. We got to jump. There's some precursor orbs. I'm grabbing them. And because we are in Haven City, there's a siren. That's my. Oh god, I wasn't looking at the screen. That's my excuse to why all you guys could just hear a siren right now, because we're playing Haven City, the game, Daxter. So it's completely fine to have that. But yeah, these sections are just avoiding those and jumping from train to train. But you got to really look out for the momentum of these trains. And as you can see, there's some precursor orbs. So what we're going to do is one of these numbers. But yeah, they actually do take into account your momentum here. So if you start hovering, it does like. See, now I'm locked in position, but the train is still moving. That's not momentum, is it? I don't think it takes into account your momentum. Oh no, it does. See, on these sections when you jump, you go over it. Actually, no, it's not taking into account momentum at all. It takes into account, you know, the spatial awareness of everything, or where everything is relative to each other. Sure, I'll give it that, but it doesn't take into account momentum, because when Daxter jumps, he jumps at the same speed each time, even if you're jumping along with the train. But that's that for that section, for the first one. We will have to do that again. But if you come down here, there's a secret precursor orb in here. Like I said, for this level you just gotta smash open bins. Although this one's a little bit awkward to kind of find. It's like, it's so easy to miss. And now I have to get back up. There we go. Daxter decides to grab on this ledge, but not the other ledge for some reason. And now the train doesn't really seem to be that quick. There's something about being on those trains that when you're actually on them, they seem so much quicker. Or maybe it's because you're just making jumps. And when you see the train underneath, you go past like really quickly. I don't know. I guess that's what it is. But we don't actually have too many bugs to find in this level. It is kind of easy to miss a bug or two when playing this level, but as you can see, we already almost have half of them. Because in terms of the bugs in this level, it's pretty much just we're going to introduce a new one, and they're just there. You know, they're just there because we need to have bugs in this level. It's not the focus. For this level, we're just trying to get to the end of it, and that's most of it, really. Because, like I said, we don't have a mission. There's no mission. We're just here for the sake of it. Daxter's like, I heard there was bugs, so I guess that's where I'm going. So with these enemies, there's no point using the bug spray. Or I found that there's not much point using the bug spray because it just doesn't stop them. When they start charging. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. When they start charging, you can't stop them with the bug spray, so it's kind of not worth trying to do at all. Instead, just try to smack them. Or if you're worried about being hit, when they start charging, just jump out the way. Although that's, you know, a pretty simple one. And also a quick note with these doors, if they look like that, you can't open them. With those ones you can. They got the cogs. So to save any future confusion. No, there's a bin there, I think. No, just steam. Did I miss anything? No? Cool. Alright then. Let's move on to these slow lifts. Right, see there, no, these bugs are nice and easy. See, here's the thing, those charging ones can really damage you. I've already said it, but enemies in this game can really take your health down if you let them, if you're just not careful. So you really gotta just make sure that you're grabbing health and hitting them as much as you can. So with this section, it's just you're crawling and you gotta wait. I could have probably made that, you know, but I find with this section it's not worth rushing. I mean, you probably can rush, but you're gonna get hit and then you're gonna die and you're gonna have to do it all over again, which is a big headache. So I find it's just easier to, you know, wait. And this section also reminds me a bit of Metroid Prime. There's just something about having to crawl on a big cylinder like this that they use quite a lot in Metroid Prime. because you were in the morph ball and you could use the spider ball to attach to stuff, and then you would go around a huge cylinder. It reminds me of that quite a lot, which is not a bad thing. I always like to be reminded of that game. I haven't played it in years. I really should at some point. Right, so can't go in those. Good. Oh, no, 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 Daxter, come on. There we go. Kind of glitched a little bit there. Very embarrassing. Not what we want at all. Oh god, bloody hell. Right, so yeah, with the combat bugs, by the way, something that I bothered to look up. I'm so bad at researching stuff. So as you know, I've already collected one of the bug combat stuff. You can, well, something I found out today, you can totally do it in single player. That's completely an option. They have that in the game. It doesn't, you don't have to do it in multiplayer. And I didn't know that until I started recording this part, and I checked the main menu. Selected bug combat because it's one of the options on the menu, and it says, yeah, there we go. You can totally do this in single player. There's totally an option for it. So I will be collecting the combat bug stuff. There's already some that I missed, I believe. So not all of it, but I will be, you know, getting as much as I can. But I will also show that off. That'll be like a bonus part. So don't expect that anytime soon, but I will show that off in some capacity. Alright, so I think the first thing we've got to do is not go down on that lift, but in fact go over here, because we got another bug thing, and then we just got a group of precursor orbs. But we're actually coming to the end of this level quite soon. Not the end of the part though, we got something else that we need to do afterwards. But the end of the level, and we're like nowhere close to precursor orbs, so I think there is just a section of the level that's hidden that I just don't know about, or something like that, because we're not going to get anywhere close to collecting them all. Bloody bugs! I can't see. Stop doing the purple stuff. There we go. Explode into purple. That's what you deserve. And I think I've already missed one of the thingy ones as well. One of the bugs, because I think this is the last bug we see in this level. So I totally missed one. So there must be some part of this level that I just don't know about, which is good. Right. Left, right, there we go. Yeah, so to finish off this level, we're actually just going to do another one of these sections, which gives us quite a lot of precursor orbs, which is nice. And this one's a little trickier. You don't just go left to right, you also have to jump. Though actually I think we did that in the last section. But still, it's more exciting. But there is actually one thing that might catch you off in this section. And actually, you could probably die quite a lot doing this section. Oh, why did I do that? I got overzealous. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. This train. Boom. Oh yeah, there is one part that can mess you up, and that's just... And we'll see it in a bit. No, 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 no! Ah! Oh, damn it, no! Right. Oh shoot, yeah, so to get all these precursor orbs you actually just have to take this route, which can be a little tricky to do, because you've got to make a big jump, and then it's very easy to miss, and then you can just, I would have got all the precursor orbs as well. I think that was all of them. I think there was only 7 that I missed. Oh well, never mind, eh? Maybe next time. But yeah, that's where they are, the precursor orbs. So the thing is, I wasn't 100% that's where they were, which is why I said, oh, we're probably not going to get all the precursor orbs. I was just trying to sound smart and knowledgeable, but not being either of those two things. Alright. There we go. But if we actually stayed on that other train, it's weird, but we would still end up in the same place. So even though, like, both the trains that you can jump on top of and catch, just stay in the same place. For some reason, I don't know. I guess one of them just disappears. Right. Okay. But the thing that that can catch you out with that section is that there's one where you got to duck like that. So if you ever see a group of lasers that you can't possibly avoid, no, 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 no. Oh. Ah, that was very sudden. Very sudden indeed. Right. So I think the way you got to do this is you wait for this one to come along, and now you go. Now you go. Come on, go, 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 go. Yep, we're all good. Yeah, you just wait for that back one to go. Because if you try to go after the first one, you just can't make it. Daxter doesn't go that quick when he hovers, so there's just no kind of possible way to do it. Right, so this is technically the end of the level, but we're going to keep going. Because now we have a speeder section and some awesome music. The music in the last part was awesome, but it gets more awesome in this part, I would say. Very intense. Oh no, a train! What are we ever to do? So this section's really simple. It's actually quite hard to die, I would say, in this section. All you gotta do is hit these boosts and avoid those side bits, which is, you know, you get enough room. I guess they can't make these sections too precise just because of the PSP analog stick. So they can't make it so you gotta make a load of tight turns or anything like that. But they can do it so you can go left to right. And I'm about to die, aren't I? Hit the boost, hit the boost! There we go. Yeah, so it's not actually that tricky because they can't make you do tight turns. And that's it. Done. And the train crashes. For some reason. Again, I don't know what's going on here. Were there people on that train or did the bugs take it over? I don't know what is supposed to have just happened there. Very odd. But yeah, as you can see, look, train chase. No precursor orbs, no gems. No point in really having it be separate, I would say. Or having it a separate level, because transit system, that was done, and then we got a different one. Just seems weird, why don't they just incorporate the two? I don't know. I don't know. But oh, what do we have here? Big glowy purple thing, you gotta hit it. That's what you gotta do with these big purple glowy things. And then when it spits out babies, you always gotta kill the babies. The big purple glowing babies. It's just what you gotta do. So yeah, this is our first boss, or second boss. First boss if you don't include the speeder one. But seeming how that was a boss, you kinda have to. So the first part of this is just hit it when it's exposed, kill its babies. You always gotta kill the babies in the game. But because it's bugs, I guess it's okay. If there was like a dog enemy, and it was like a big evil looking dog, and then you gotta hit it and then it spits out babies, you would feel a little bad about hitting them, I would say anyway. But because it's a big evil bug creature, smack it, kill its kids, it's fine. Right, so that was phase 1. So now we have phase 2, which is probably the most annoying phase, I would say. So the whole point in this is that it's going to shoot out its purple things, and when it stops, spray it in the face. That will stun it, and then you can go behind it and hit this big purple thing. Baby maker. I don't know. Bug ovaries. Who's to say? But this can be really annoying, because first of all, it shoots a set number of these out, but there's no real way of knowing it without avoiding them all. But if you get hit by one of them, then he resets. No, she actually. So as you can see, Hive Queen 1. Again, this is also a separate level for some reason. But yeah, so it like you would have no way of knowing that it has a set number unless you just avoid them completely. Which, I mean, it makes sense. But the thing is, another way of avoiding them is that if you just go round to the right or... Oh no, I messed up. If you just go round to the right or left, it resets. It will move itself because it has to lock itself into position to be able to shoot those projectiles at you. So if you move round, it then picks itself up and moves round to then reset itself. But that was phase 2 done. There's 4 phases in this bosses, although they're not massive phases, it's just different attack patterns really. But yeah, so that first part can actually be really annoying if you don't know what you're doing. But the best thing to do is just hover left to right, make sure you're not being hit. And if you get in close, he then tries to just smack you, so you don't want it doing that. You want it shooting its purple things. Once it's done it enough times, then you can go in for the hit. I'm sorry if I'm over-explaining this, but I had no idea when I first played this boss. I thought it was a little... Like, you do get a hint if you die enough times, then Osmos is like, hit it in the face with bug spray! But then you kind of have to figure out how to do that. And again, we gotta... Now this is the 4th phase. The 4th phase. Why can't I say my Fs? Very embarrassing. My English teacher would just be so upset at this part. But yeah, so this is the 4th phase where it goes between its body slam and it's shooting purple projectiles. With its body slam, you've already seen what to do. It goes up. When it's about to go down, just jump. I mean, hover if you're feeling a bit worried about avoiding it, but yeah, so I'm doing this quite easily. but that's just because I practiced this boss. It can be a little tricky. Not too hard because it's like the second boss, but it can be tricky just avoiding these purple things, because it does kind of seem to be homing in on Daxter, and then boom, see, I got hit, and now it's stopped. In fact, with the fourth phase, the best thing to do is just get out the way and allow it to like reset. But that was it. That's the boss done, and now it's like dead. How sad. And now we can just kind of like, you know, fall onto it forever if we really wanted to. But we're not going to waste any more time. I've got to, now I'm kind of stuck. Can I get out, please? There we go. Thank God for the hover. Yeah, also in that boss fight, if you run a bug spray, there's a ton of it around the side. But you probably shouldn't. I mean, you might do, but it's there. It's very easy to get. And here's something. You got to be like, oh, the lift. I'll get on. Nope. That's where it is. Again, might seem obvious, but you wouldn't expect to have to wait for a lift in the game. You would expect it to just be there. Very odd that it would make you wait. But this lift is just so we can go all the way back to that hub area, so we don't have to go through the level again. Which is something I haven't talked about, but yeah, Daxter won't make you play for a level
What took you so
twice.
long, Daxter? You didn't wreck the transit authorities, Zoomer, did you? Oh, well, never mind. We've been given access to the power station. Head up there. I've got a distress call from the strip mine.
Cool. So I guess Osmos was actually in on us going down there. He didn't mention it. I mean, he has a telephone. I have a radio. He could have called me up. Would have been nice. Just chat. Could have warned me about that horrendous hive queen that we had to take care of. But fine. I'm not going to take it personally. Anyway, next time in Let's Play Daxter, our next mission is to go to the strip mine to kill some more bugs. And let's just never talk about the hive queen again, because it's disgusting. Although it's called Hive Queen 1, so maybe we'll see another one. Cool. Anyway, I've been HonestTom23. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.